Hello and welcome back to the Mikazaki YouTube channel. Today is going to be a more serious video. Trigger warning, I guess. This video has to do with child pornography in one way or another. You've been warned. Monday the 14th, I believe, is the day when I watched the worst movie of all time. This movie is called Cuties, and it is available on Netflix. It is a movie that constantly over-sexualizes children, and even though the message of the movie is to not over-sexualize children, so it is literally going against the message that it is trying to push by doing it. From the beginning, I knew it would be bad. I remember my mom was looking at movies for me and my brother to watch because she was going to take us to the movie theater. And so she looked up movies to watch, and I saw Cuties on that list, and I saw it, and I said, "That is an awful movie. Do not watch it." And she said, "I've seen people on Facebook say that it's a bad movie, but I'm not really sure if it is. You should form your own opinion on it. I've seen people say that it's not a bad movie. And if you think that it's a good movie, I think that you're a bad person." So I watched the movie because she said I should form my own opinion without looking at other people's opinions online about the movie. And it was a terrible decision on my part, and I feel like I should apologize. If you offered me $5,000 to watch Cuties, I would have to decline the offer and probably punch you in the face. This video will be split up into multiple parts: the advertising, the movie itself, and the backlash. Let's start with the advertising. Netflix very famously taglined the movie as Ami, 11, becomes fascinated with twerking dance crew. Hoping to join them, she starts to explore her femininity, defying her family's traditions. And also has the main characters in hypersexualized clothing in the poster for the movie, or the picture for the movie on Netflix. Netflix, in an attempt to damage control, changed the tagline and images to be more tame and less overtly sexual. But you can still find the tagline and original picture online by just searching it up. However, I don't think you should. I think you'll be put on some kind of list if you do that. I am all for women's rights and equal rights and expressing yourself however you want, but this movie should not be sexualizing children like it does in the advertising, and we haven't even gotten to the movie yet. The movie is so much worse than the advertising. The advertising was awful, and they got so much backlash for that, and it is well deserved. I don't even know what to say. So now we're going to move on to the movie itself. Aside from all of the stuff I'm going to get into in a moment, the movie is not only filmed awfully, but the characters are so unlikable, it's infuriating. Also, I have seen some very bad movies, some objectively awful movies. I can still find a way to laugh at those movies in some way or another, whether it be characters, acting, where it takes place, CGI, whatever. I could not bring myself to laugh at this movie because of how awful it was. It was like a car accident for me. It was awful, but I could not look away because of how bad it was, not because I was interested in the girls, I swear. Shit. Anyways, some of you may say, well, isn't the movie supposed to make you uncomfortable? And yes, it is. That is the point that the director was trying to push, that the movie is supposed to make you uncomfortable and make you hate these things. However, the way they pushed this message of don't over-sexualize children is by over-sexualizing children. What can I say? If it works. It doesn't work. I will now go through the plot of the movie. The movie begins with Ami, a Muslim girl, praying at a masjid. She looks out the window and sees a dance troupe of 11-year-old girls dancing sexually. She then spies on them a few scenes later, and they harass and throw rocks at her. Bad characters. Awful, awful characters. I hate them. And then they bully her at school by throwing down her backpack and, making her take a video of a guy in a bathroom. But then, a few scenes later, she becomes friends with one of the members of the dance club, and they start dancing sexually. Then she goes to, the state finals of dancing or whatever. It doesn't really matter. So now that I've basically described a rundown of the plot, I'll now get into what makes this movie so awful. Because of all of the sexual shit. Here's everything off the top of my head, and also on my script, which I also wrote off the top of my head, mostly. Touching each other's butts, touching each other's breasts, blowing up condoms, wanting to have sex with older guys. This happens in multiple scenes. And the worst of all, in my opinion, they literally show an 11-year-old girl's breasts in one scene. Let that sink in. That shit shouldn't slide in anything. Especially on a service that millions of people are paying for. To have, semi-decent content at least. It is not okay that they would do any of these things. Those girls are 11 in real life at the time of filming, I believe. Or at least 13 or something. It's still not legal, either way you slice it. It is not okay that they did any of that. But especially showing a girl's boob on camera. The cinematography in the movie is also awful. The cameraman, I don't even know what he was doing. He was just zooming on the girls' butts. He was also pretty shaky, a lot of the time. Maybe he was, heavily breathing because he was a little distracted. Not saying anything. I'll now talk about the backlash that the movie received. Needless to say, the movie received a shit ton of backlash. As it should have. It is awful in every way. It is literally a movie made for pedophiles, and I'm pretty sure everybody could tell. People of all walks of life and political ideals, no matter whether you're Republican, conservative, Democrat, conservative, liberal, democratic socialist, anything, as long as you're not a map or something, or a pedophile or whatever, I think you can agree this movie is objectively awful. Now, I've seen some, senators or whatever, say, this movie was made for the Democrats, this is what the Democrats want or whatever, and I've seen some Democrats say, the Republicans tried making a hit piece on us or whatever. That doesn't matter. The movie was made for pedophiles. They're focusing on the wrong things. They're focused on political parties whenever this should not have to do anything with that. The movie should be taken down, and Netflix needs to see repercussions for this. And it has. Many people have canceled their Netflix subscriptions, and also have tried canceling Netflix on Twitter. which, I mean, like, that probably won't work, but you know, like, they're trying. Um, People are also trying to get Netflix taken down for good. There are a lot of people trying to get Netflix, like, completely taken down, all of which I personally believe is the right thing to do, because the movie should have never been put up, because it is literally made for pedophiles. Okay, that was a lot. This video is sponsored by pencils. Please let my family go. Thank you so much for watching my first scripted video. If you liked it, I don't know why. It's pretty awful. I'm sorry that the video is so serious. My next videos will pretty much just consist of goofy skits and gaming videos. I'm not gonna do anything like this for a while unless something really big comes up. That being said, thank you for watching. I love you guys. See ya.